Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and what you're about to see is a 5-minute portrait / first-person shooter project video where I was in the pit photographing Macklemore at the Roots picnic a couple weeks ago, and it's pretty much I'm going to do a director commentary. You're going to see all 3 songs that I shot. I used the Canon 1DX with the 70-200 2.8 IS2, along with the 24-70 2.8 version 2 that Canon offered. I want to thank Borrow Lenses for allowing me to use that gear. They sent it out to me so that I could play with it and test it, and that is what I did with this photo shoot. It was a paying gig, and I took out the Canon and left the Nikon at home. I trusted that this camera was going to do the job, and it did a fantastic job. But I want you guys to follow along this 5-minute portrait / first-person shooter where I give you commentary like it's a director's cut or a director commentary in video. If you haven't signed up for the email list yet, the Fro email list, please do so. I will send you a free guide to capturing motion in low light situations for those people who want to shoot in low light as well as concerts. It will help you out. So please watch this full set, all 3 songs that I got to shoot. You can see it, and then stay tuned after where I analyze the photos that I captured. Go ahead and enjoy. All right, here we go. So now you've got the anticipation of the show about to start. We got Macklemore coming out on the stage, and I go vertical. You can see that every time. The problem here is you have all of these speakers on the stage, and it's hard to get high enough to shoot around these. So you have to try to shoot between them. And then as you can see on the left, you've got everybody in the pit. You got Scott Wiener right here waiting, and Macklemore turns, and he just goes out like a rocket. He just moves a lot. Jumps around to the left side of the stage. They put up a platform for him to stand on. And then on the right side, the same thing. But the problem here is these shots are worthless because his hand is in his mouth. And you can hear that I'm shooting pretty quick with this Canon 1DX. Right now I have the 24-70 on, and I'm switching over to the 70-200. And I'm not used to the way that it switches. It's not backwards, it's the opposite way that Nikon goes. So I have to get used to putting that on, clicking it in, and then getting ready to shoot. So, yeah, he's right in front of me, but it's very tough to get a frame because he's moving so much. And this type of shot is horrible because his head's up in the air, his elbow is sticking out, and it blocks his face. Beyond that, he's also wearing glasses. So you can see that the background in this is different than the normal stage. He's out there, he's pointing, he's moving quick. I'm blowing through a couple shots. I'm trying to anticipate that situation or that specific shot that I'm going for. And I'm also set off to the side. The reason I'm set off to the side, here we go. You can get shots like this, but I don't have the wide angle lens on, so it's not as good. I wanted to be on the right side of the stage because he holds the mic with the right hand, so that should free up my ability to get a cleaner face shot like this. This is a good opportunity because he's actually standing still. The only problem is you lose a lot with him wearing glasses because you don't get a lot of that personal touch. You don't get a lot of that personal feel going there because you can't see the eyes of what he's looking at. I mean, look how close we are. I mean, this is what it's about, being in the pit, finding your spot and shooting. Not a lot of lights going on. Very difficult to shoot. Here we go. Just running around. It's very difficult to shoot something like this with a guy running so fast and limiting to 3 songs. No excuses. And we got these other guys in the pit. We got a guy in the front right now shooting with a freaking iPhone. That is annoying. Get out of the pit. You know, taking up space. Not that there's a... Yeah. Here we go. You get some shots like this, but again, the microphone is in his face. But I have to say, he puts on a fantastic show. It's a lot of fun to be there in the pit and shoot this. So I guess switching over to wide angle, I like to try and get a nice mix of both, and the reason is you just get different looks. And you only have 3 songs, which accounts for like 14 minutes, just about 14 minutes for 3 songs. Changing lenses. Here we go, and yeah. Hand up in the air. Now the problem again is the speakers. You got to work around the speakers. That 1DX clicks very quick. So here, this is me getting closer to try to work between the speakers. I picked a certain spot on the right side of the stage where there was a camera guy doing video because I knew that nobody would stand next to him. I created my own path and my own spot. So this isn't bad. You know, I got some of the eyes and the reflections going on there, but other than that, here we go, we're getting ready for the next song. And that's one song that I shot. Oh, by the way, 240 pictures I shot during the whole thing.
I mean, I was all right. Not in your way? Absolutely.
Yeah, I just asked Jeff Fusco if I was in his way, and he's like, absolutely, but I wasn't. Look, iPhone guy shooting again, purple shirt, right in the middle. Why are you doing that? It's just pretty bad to be in the pit with your regular camera and you're going to Instagram it. I mean, if you're going to Instagram, take a picture of the back of your camera and show that out there. To me, that's something that I would prefer anybody does. Yeah, so switching lenses. Some people go, well, why don't you have two bodies? Why don't you just shoot with both? Yeah, that'd be great to have two bodies. But again, if this body's $6 grand, you're looking at $12,000 to shoot. So this is a good opportunity to get some headshots tighter, even though the microphone, again, is in his mouth. So it only makes for a certain amount of shots that you can get. Let's see. Running around. Oh yeah, watch. He grabs a water bottle. He starts drinking it, and then watch what he does with it. It's kind of like a photographer's nightmare. You gotta pay attention to it. And yeah, he just tossed it and dumped the water, and you got to turn your back. The first time that ever happened to me was I was photographing Marilyn Manson, and he kind of spit water at me, but I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, it's Marilyn Manson. Why not? That's pretty cool, right? That makes you a part of the show, and I know some people would get upset with that, but I thought it was kind of cool because it made me feel like he made eye contact with me. He saw me, and I'm doing my job, and he's doing his. So I did run into some trouble trying to put the lens caps on and putting them back in my bag because I'm not used to working with those Canons. But this was the first actual gig that I shot while on a job with this camera. So that was kind of a new thing. Kind of a risk to take to use the Canon 1DX on a job for the first time, but I felt confident enough that it would be pretty solid, and I was very happy with the results I ended up getting out of it, especially with the focus is tack sharp with the 24-70, and I felt really good with it. Alright, so it's just a matter of trying to find these shots as he's wailing and flailing on the stage. Again, not very easy. But right here, you can see that he starts to crouch down, and I'm like, oh wow, he's right in front of me. It's the first time that he's there. Then he stands up, and I get this nice shot as well. And then I say thank you.
Alright, check it out. Now, one thing that I love about Philadelphia, besides gyms, steaks.
So I'll let you guys just listen in for a little bit.
I love the fact that the people of Philadelphia have some of the best style in the entire country.
So a lot of people jumped into the front of the stack right here at the bottom, and I chose to stay to the right-hand side. I thought it would be a better angle, especially when he's holding the microphone so close to his mouth. An angle right underneath his face is not going to give you a great picture. Sure, you can get a wide angle and you can get Ryan Lewis in the background along with Macklemore, but it just, I preferred being aside. And by the way, take a look at that step that's right in front of me. That's going to come in handy later. I was prepared for that. And then you can see the camera guy's tripod on the left. So I knew nobody was going to try and squeeze in beside me. I was going to stay out of the camera guy's way. And that way, I had a larger area to shoot from that most people didn't have. because as you can see, Scott Wiener right here, this guy looking at us right now, he's been around a long time shooting, so he's just stuck right there, and they don't have a lot of room to move, and I had more room to move.
Oh my God.
So somebody handed up one of those fur vests, and I decided to jump up on the stack to hand it to him. Why not? Why not get seen?
I've always wanted to try on a rabbit from Pennsylvania. Can I put this shit on tonight? Can we put it on? Put it on!
I love the guy in the background. Can he put it on? It's like, yeah, I need that MC guy in the back. I think I need one of those guys in the back. Like, yeah, do you shoot raw? Yeah, do you shoot raw? Yeah. You know, and do stuff like that. So we kind of have a feeling what song's coming up now. Again, tough shots. Because what is it? You know, it's in the pit. You're getting a lot of the same shots that everybody's getting. So my goal in something like this, even though I shot 240 pictures in the 13 minutes, which is a lot of files, it's a lot of images, partly to blame the 12 frames a second that this Canon allows you to do, but I'm going for a certain amount of shots. I'm going for those keepers, and not all 240 are going to be solid when you're shooting in a concert. This is so different than I used to shoot when I shot film, because you only had 36 shots, so you would maybe shoot 2 rolls of film during a whole show, so you had to be very selective, and you just didn't spray and pray as much here. So here we got Thrift Shop coming on. Such a hit. By the way, the front row was filled with suburban white girls cheering for Macklemore, which, fantastic album, The Heist, if you haven't heard it. Really enjoyed the album, and it's nice. See? Oh, his glasses are off. I just realized that his glasses are off. I don't think I've noticed that before. And he put his arm up in the air, which gives you a chance to get a good shot. And then you got this guy doing the background vocals. Bad, like right in front of that speaker. Makes it very hard, the monitor, to get a clean shot. These should be pretty good, except the way that he turned his head made it a little harder to get the shot. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I'm probably looking for something. Again, very hard to get a full body shot here. All right, so Macklemore's going to jump out into the crowd. I'm going to step up on the stack here because I had that step. Take those couple of shots, and you can see how quick this happens, where he's off the stage, he's back onto the stage, and you have, I know that as soon as he turns around to come on the stage, I'm going to move back off that stack, but I was prepared. As soon as I saw him go out, I'm like, I'm going up these stairs and I'm gonna start shooting these photos of him because I want to be higher than everybody else. I know that the focus isn't gonna be on the stage, it's gonna be on Macklemore. So then people aren't gonna, I'm not gonna be interfering with the show. I jumped up on the stack, snapped off those shots, he turned around all within like 6 seconds, and then as soon as he turned around, I jumped back off the stage, off of that, I didn't go on the stage, but off of the stack up front, and I was able to get those shots higher than everybody else because a lot of people are lifting their cameras and spraying and praying, hoping they get a good shot. So this is good. You know, when he's leaning in front, you have a chance to get a wide shot, full body, when he's actually standing there. Yeah? Shoot raw? So this is the third song. This is good because you can actually get a clean shot of him while he's up there with some of the lights in the background. Again, you got to make sure that you don't have the speaker in there, and that's what I was trying to do, but then you don't get the thing that he's on height. Listen to this. I think because I was right in front of the JBL monitor right there, you could hear the guy in the blue suit singing. The major background vocals are going on from the really deep voice that they have from the video. And that is the set. That's 3 songs shooting in the pit with Macklemore. That's how quick it happens. That's how quick you have to shoot and how fast you have to react to things. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Now let's jump in to see what those pictures look like.
For my uncle, the OG, the king of the...
So there you have it. That's the commentary from the Macklemore show. I took 240 pictures in a 3-song set. That is overkill. Not too happy with myself about that one. You get trigger happy down there going for the certain shot. But what I have here are the keepers, the ones that I am going for, the ones that I liked the most. And I want to talk about those because in a shoot like this, when you're shooting a show, it's your job to capture a certain set of images. In my opinion, if you get those handful, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 keepers that are different, they're not all the same shots, then you've given a nice cross-section to the client, and they'll be very happy with what I turn to them. I know that the Getty photographers, who are friends of mine, don't over-deliver images. They want to give the best solid 8 to 10 shots from a set because their editors don't want to go through them too much, and they don't need to make it overkill. They want to get the solid images and move on. So we've got this shot. This is one of those times where the microphone wasn't in front of his face. He spent the whole day with the mic like this, and you can't see anything with his glasses. So we've got the movement of him jumping. Well, he's going to step down from here. I set myself up to the right side of the stage, like I said, so that I could jump further to the right to try and get away from the hand movement, but also, you know, the hand in front of his face, but also I didn't want to be super right in front of him because of just shooting up his nose. That's not the best thing to do. You could see the settings. I believe they remain the same the whole time. Mostly on stage, 1/800th of a second f3.5, ISO 800 at 168 millimeters, 1DX. Let's just go back to this. We'll zoom in with the 24-70 to get a sharp focus. It's something that I have not seen in my Nikon 24-70 in a while. I'm sending that in to be fixed and or possibly replaced because I'm just missing way too much and I should not be missing. So this is solid. Very nice job with this camera. This is not such a great shot. Why? Because his glasses are on. If his glasses were off, maybe it would be better because we're focusing in on here, getting a nice headshot, but it's really not that great. It's not that great. It just, we'll leave it at that because there's not much else to say about it. This is something different. He jumped out onto the stack. I had all of this in the background. This is the trees. They were green, but it didn't work out too well in color. So I had the 70-200 on there. Boom. We got the shot. I did change my exposure slightly, and you can also see that I made some corrections over here in the raw file. This is a little better. It's a 3/4 length shot, leaving enough headroom in case somebody wants to use it for something. I can sort of see his eyes, but look how sharp it is right here, as in focus. That is so important with this stuff. The colors are fine. The focus is fine. Again, this looks a little green. I should probably make a little bit of a correction there. Boom. Add some yellow. Warm it up a little bit. Boom. But, you know, yeah, I cut his arm off. It's just, yeah, very difficult to shoot. This is a little better. Filled him up in the frame a little bit more in the middle. But again, the glasses ruin it while the glasses are on. This is a little better. You can see why I want to be on the right side of him instead of right in front of him, because it gives us the ability to see some of his face and get the reflections off the glasses. Very, very hard artist to shoot in 3 songs. I'll say that. So if you get a couple of solid shots, and then you gotta make it work. Standing here, this works. 24-70. You can see through the glasses. You can see his eyes, which are nice. Top to bottom, we've got a nice, sharp image. Look at the kerchief. Look at the out of focus stuff in the background. You know, it's funny. The grain does look similar at 800 as it does at 1250, as it does at 2500. I think it's just a consistent grain. But when you look at the subject and you look at their arms and you look at their face, there is no grain. It is that solid. It looks fantastic. So that's a nice shot. This is okay. This was just a shot to show the rest of the pit. Gives you a feel of what's going on in there. Another one of these type of headshots. And then he crouched down in front of me, and I lapped off way too many, but I think this was better because, you know, this is not centered as well. And then there we go, we got this one. He's got a smile on his face. You can see he's pointing up. He's pointing at his trumpetist. Look, trumpetist. And that's very sharp, very nice image. Really nice. The fact that you can almost read the digital, the LCD screen on his microphone is pretty darn insane. So that's a nice shot right in front of me, and I ended up saying thank you right after it. He stood up. This is a nice shot as well. It's full body using these monitors to frame him, and it's a nice full body shot. I don't mind this as much. I actually like this one because he's got the eyes. You could see the reflections. Nice color, nice background. Putting on his fur jacket that he got from the front row of the crowd. You got this guy, remember in the video, he goes back like that. You can see where this picture pops up. It's a little on the cold side. I don't want to warm it up too much, just a little bit. And then you got Ryan Lewis back here in the background. Back here, you saw how fast this stuff happened. Here, I got a clean shot because I snuck my way in between the speakers. Then he jumped off a stage. I jumped up on the stack because I got all these. Why do these people rush to stand in front of him? I mean, come on. Sit down. Let's get a shot. You got people holding up cameras. You got people holding up cameras. People holding up cameras. And that's why I stood up on that stack so I could get these type of shots over everybody. And before I knew it, he was on his way back onto the stage. But I love stuff like this that you get to see the whole crowd and you get to see him coming back up on the stage. Finally has his glasses off. Did he have his glasses off in these two? Yeah. He's got his glasses off here. It's a good shot. Clean view of him for once. Okay, I don't like it as much because of the feet. I prefer having all the feet in there, but that's the best that we could do with him standing up there. That's a little better because I'm showing more of the platform. Still not very good because you don't really see his face. Not the best shot in the world. He jumped off. The Canon froze him there. 1/800th of a second. You can see how sharp the focus is. It tracked him. His tuchus is a Levi's. Everything is good. You can read the Jordans on the sneakers, and that's it. That's the last one. So those were the keepers that I got. I'd love an opportunity to photograph him again. I'm going to get it when he comes back for the Made in America Fest, which gives me more room in the pit, probably, so you can stand back further. So a recommendation is if you're in the pit and it's a high stage and there's not much room and you're shooting straight up like this, the shots don't look as good because you don't get a clean look of the person's face. So if you have more room to step back and zoom in, then it gives you a better perspective. If you can bring a stool, a step stool, that gives you an even better perspective. I didn't bring it out for the show. I didn't want to be that guy. But that's it, guys. Thank you to Borrow Lenses for allowing me to borrow that gear. If you're into renting gear, you can pick it up at Allen's Camera. They are a pickup location for Borrow Lenses. Big thank you to Allen's Camera as well for all the support, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to sign up for the Fronos Photo email list because I will give you a free guide to capturing motion in low-light situations, and that's going to help you shoot concerts because it gives you the tips, the tricks on how to do that. And if you're looking to get out of auto, you're just starting out, or you had your camera for a while, but you're not happy with your results, then check out the Fronos Photo Beginner Guide to Getting Out of Auto. It's a $67 3-hour-long guide that is going to get you out of auto and give you more confidence in your work. So thank you guys for watching. Jared Polin, FronosPhoto.com. See ya.